It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the South region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors South.
These are the clear blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. This is Orange Beach, Alabama. Hi everybody, welcome into the show. Glad you're along with us today. Most everybody in our region knows about the fantastic vacation and resort area that is Gulf Shores, Alabama. We're here to enjoy the white sand beaches, the beautiful crystal clear water, but what most people do not realize is that this is one of the best hot spots for speckled trout fishing in the entire South and Southwest regions. And on today's show, we are gonna go just around this corner to our right to Mobile Bay. We're gonna do some speckled trout fishing with Captain Patrick Garmison, who runs a charter service in Mobile, stays on top of these speckled trout year-round. We're gonna, in specific, be fishing some gas and oil rigs. Now, a lot has been done to these rigs to attract trout. We're gonna tell you all about that on this week's show. And in between, we're taking you around the region for your very latest fishing reports from your local lakes, rivers, and bays from our expert team of insider reporters. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Right now, we get the camera and fishing gear packed up and out in our Mako 21 LTS skiff. While we do that, we take you back to the FSN studios for your weekend planner.
The Salooner tables are projecting decent fishing action for this weekend. Saturday's conditions are listed as fair with the best daylight action starting at 8:34 in the morning. And Sunday is projected to have good game fish activity with the peak hours beginning at 9:25 a.m. The sun will rise at 7:05 and set at 7:45. And we have a full moon coming on Monday, so evenings will be very well lit. Stay with us. We have all of your fishing updates from around the region on the way. Plus, I'll return with Bassmaster Elite Angler Edwin Evers with some advice on Carolina rigging on our Ask the Pro feature.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Costa Sunglasses. See what's out there. By Luz, setting a new standard in fishing performance. Feel the difference. By Strike King Lures, #1 in fishing. And by Lowrance Electronics. Find, navigate, dominate.
You got one, Barry?
I got one. Hey, welcome back everybody. We have made it out onto Mobile Bay right now. And we're gonna do a little rig fishing today. These are gas rigs out here. We're with Captain Patrick Garmison, who's joined us on the boat today. Welcome aboard, Cap. We appreciate you coming out and showing us around a little bit today.
Yeah, no problem.
We're gonna fish these gas rigs a little bit with a cork, a slip cork, and live shrimp. It's a good trout. Good trout. Yes.
There you go.
How about that? There we go. That's a good start right there. We're hoping to catch trout. Now, Patrick, out here fishing these rigs, you could catch a lot of stuff. Name off some of the species that we could actually catch doing this.
Oh yeah, speckled trout, white trout, redfish, ground mullet, flounder, sheephead. The list goes on, and all of that can be all caught just on a live shrimp.
We don't have any ice on the live well, so we're gonna put the fish back. But that is a great start right there. See you, buddy. They've come out here and actually spiced these rigs up with a lot of rock and stuff on the bottom, right?
Yeah, they took and, uh-oh, I'm on. They brought limestone, big limestone, about the size of a brick or maybe a little larger than a brick, and dumped them around all of these rigs out here in the bay. These limestone hold the barnacles and the crustaceans and everything, and it's just a whole ecosystem that they added out here.
A couple of nice big trout just to start it right here on these rigs. We'll show you the rigs, talk more about this rig fishing, see what we're gonna catch. Right now, let's get you to some more fishing and lake reports. Let's go to Crispin Powley in Tennessee and Kentucky.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's fishing report for the Tennessee and Kentucky region. It is hot, but the fishing's actually been really good. I'm gonna take you to the region real quick and show you where the best places are to go fishing. Let's start right here on beautiful Kentucky Lake on the Tennessee River. From Kentucky Dam up in Kentucky all the way down to Pickwick Dam, well, it's still technically Tennessee. Guys, the lake has really been good the past couple weeks. The grass has popped up. It's got all the bait fish congregated and it's got all the bass congregated. Get out and throw a topwater bait, a swim bait, or even a spinner bait or shallow crankbait around the grass edges, and the rest will take care of itself. You'll have a great time. The night fishing bite starting to wane a little bit. Those fish are really getting you're really getting keyed on that emergent vegetation, so they're not really doing the night thing as much anymore. But let me tell you what is happening. Percy Priest and Center Hill at night. Some big limits caught there this past week in a couple nighttime tournaments, so don't, if you still feel like you need to go night fishing, that's two wonderful places to go. I'm going to take you to Lake Cumberland up in Kentucky now. Guys, the fish have, that late summer, early fall topwater stuff started happening, and walking baits have been really good on secondary points and creek channel bends that transition up against the bank. Look, let's stick it out. Let's make it through August. September's right around the corner. The fishing is going to get hot as the weather gets cool. Guys, we can't wait to see you on the water in Tennessee and Kentucky. God bless.
Oh, there's one. Wow, he hit it as I was reeling it up.
You got one there?
I do.
do too.
You got one too?
Yeah.
We got doubles.
What are you using?
Oh man, that's
Oh,
a
look
voodoo
at that
shrimp. All right, there is my first voodoo shrimp trout right there. It's an artificial bait that's one of Bob McNally's sponsors on the show, and it caught a nice trout right there. Let me give you a quick piece of information here. We are using a piece of equipment today that absolutely we couldn't do without. We've dropped the Motor Guide XI5 trolling motor in the water. It's a wireless trolling motor, and all I did was I hit the anchor feature on it. Now this is my remote control, and right by my finger you see that little anchor. I push that button. It locks in on our GPS position just off this rig behind us here and holds us as long as we want to sit here. It holds us in the current, in the wind. It adjusts direction, it adjusts speeds. We're on the back of the boat fishing right now, catching these trout, and that trolling motor is up doing its thing on its own in the front of the bow of the boat. It's just an amazing piece of equipment. Check it out, foxsportsoutdoors.com. That trout goes back with the rest of these. We're throwing them back today. We'll be right back to Mobile Bay, Alabama with Patrick Garmison in just a moment.
Oh, we got another one here. Got it in that same zone. This one feels like it might be a little bit bigger.
Wow. You've got them really cranked up over here. Welcome back, everybody. We're out here with Patrick Garmison on Mobile Bay today.
Something feels a little
speckled trout fishing.
Something feels a little bit odd about it though. It might not be a trout.
Oh,
yeah.
let's see.
That's a
trout.
trout.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a trout. Nice trout.
I don't know.
Except I missed him with a net. There we go.
It just felt a little different
All right,
that time.
look how fat this trout is right here. All right. Well,
we got another one.
That's a fat trout. I want you to look at the belly on this trout. That is unbelievable.
That's gonna be one of our female fish.
How can you tell?
All of our female fish are gonna be ready to spawn they spawn about 7 times per year. They start once the water temperatures get around 70 degrees, and they spawn about every major moon.
Well, Patrick, you said we're gonna let this fish go back, by
Yeah.
the way. Let's go ahead and we're not keeping fish today, so away he goes. Patrick, you said that you can actually get these fish stirred up, or you can actually get a bite going.
The slip cork is a very effective method at doing that. The bottom right now where we're fishing is about 12.5 feet deep, so we set our knot on our line to our lead on the rig at 12 feet deep. So our lead is cruising about that high off the bottom, and then we have a leader this long, and the shrimp's just doing this, right? So it's going across the bottom, and then when it gets in that zone for the trout's gonna eat it. Well, all that being said, we get in the zone where the fish are, and then we start triggering that bite, and if there's enough fish there, if we keep them fed, they're gonna keep biting as long as that tide's moving.
See behind us here, the current's going right to left across your screen, across those poles, and it seems like these fish are right in front of those poles, so we're drifting our cork across there. Hey, let's get you some more local fishing and lake reports and fresh and salt water. Let's go to Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Check in with Bob McNally in saltwater and Jimmy Jacobs in freshwater.
This part of the show is brought to you by the state of Mississippi, where great fishing with guides like those from Sure Thing Charters and accommodations like those found at the Baytown Inn, both in Bay St. Louis, make a Mississippi outdoor adventure a trip of a lifetime. So come to Mississippi, the true South. Well, summer fishing is in high gear and the weather's warm and the sun's high and you gotta go early and late, but there's some great fishing around these days. Over in Alabama, I was talking to my good friend Jake Marcus, who fishes Mobile Bay a good bit, and he's catching really good numbers of big trout. These are 3 to 5 pound fish, but again, he's fishing them deep. He's using live shrimp with just a small hook, number size 6 treble hook, and a small split shot. He's not just fishing any deep water. He says everything, he's got to work on water deeper than 12 feet and a lot of times it's 12 to 15 feet. He's fishing along the channel edges, and he's not just fishing drop-offs. He's looking for something that's really going to concentrate those trout. These fish are, and again, 12 to 15 feet of water, and they're around rock areas, rubble on the bottom, some places where there's shell, and good falling tides really early in the morning. These fish feed at first light, and it's usually over by 9 or 10 o'clock, but he's limited out on some big trout. He's also catching triple tail. These triple tail are good size. Some of these fish are over 10 or 12 pounds. He had 5 the other day just running along the buoy lines and channel markers and checking crab trap floats. My good friend Captain Tim Cutting tells me that the fishing also has been very good along the Georgia coast. They fished a benefit tarpon tournament inshore at Cabin Bluff near St. Simon's Island, and the fishing was very good. They even caught some tarpon on flies. Tim said the trout fishing also has picked up over there, but it's been clear water and good running tide, which is very important to good fishing. Over in Mississippi, Darren Ladner with Sure Thing Charters has been doing very well on good-sized redfish, bulls, sharks, and some big jack crevalle. So that's it along the coastal south. Get out there in the water. When you do, take a youngster with you fishing.
Welcome to the Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi Freshwater Fishing Report. This week's action is brought to you by scenic coastal Georgia's Liberty County, the perfect spot for hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation. 2 hunting preserves, 2 marinas, and public fishing piers offer hunting and fishing trips or outdoor adventures. Escape the ordinary in Liberty County, the right blend. www.libertycounty.org. The heat of late summer is still stifling the fishing action throughout the South as we enter September. So you have to work for those situations where you can find some fish biting. Lake Eufaula over in southeast Alabama is a good place to be for channel catfish action this week. These fish are schooled up in the deep water along the old river and creek channels in this 46,000 acre impoundment on the Chattahoochee River. The best action will be upstream of the US Highway 82 bridge on the main river. You can use cut bait, shrimp, or chicken livers to fool the fish. Now the channel catfish population is large and healthy on Eufaula, and there are no creel or size limits, so you can keep plenty of fish for that late summer fish fry. In Georgia's coastal region, the Altamaha River is giving up lots of largemouths right now. Now there was high water back in the spring of last year, which meant a great spawn, and those fish are 12 to 14 inches now, and there are a lot of them. But there's also some 5-pounders in that river. This time of year you want to be fishing the eddy pools on the main river or hit the downstream end of sandbars. But don't overlook that woody cover that's along the bank either. You want to be throwing small crankbaits or 4-inch Texas rig plastic worms, but keep it tight to the cover. That's where the fish are. Now there's largemouth biting as well over in Mississippi on Eagle Lake. Now this bass bite is right at dusk, and it's around the boat docks and the piers on the east side of this oxbow off of the Mississippi River. You want to be throwing quiet twitch baits, but if you're not getting any action, switch over to some noisy lures with propellers on them.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Exide AGM Marine Batteries. Starts like new, stays like new longer. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. With our baits, a good day of fishing is in the bag. By Motor Guide, trolling motors engineered for anglers. And by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Welcome to the big leagues.
All right.
You got one?
Yep.
What is this? Oh, is that a trout?
Yes,
that's
better.
A decent trout right there. Look at this.
This might be the big one of the day here, Barry.
So far. All right, look at this. Nice trout, Patrick. All right. We are rolling on with Fox Sports Outdoors on Mobile Bay, Alabama today with Patrick Garmison. And Patrick, this is really an interesting experience. You do this a lot, and we just proved something here that you've been really getting bit regularly up here, letting that cork drift down along this fishing rigs, gas rigs out here in the middle of the bay. And you looked at my rig and saw immediately that I was at the wrong depth and I had a dead shrimp. Those little things can keep somebody from catching fish, right?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, Barry and I were fishing the exact same stretch. We checked it and it looked like he was about 4 to 5 feet different on his depth. And you would think that these fish would come up and get that bait, but if they're not, you're on, I think, Barry.
Got him. Well, here, I got a fish in every hand right now. Here, go ahead and take the fish. And I'll reel this one up. And he got off because I didn't get a good hook set. But see, that's what it takes to get bit, is you have to be doing things right. And that's really kind of why you need a guide to get you out here, get you set up, and get you doing the right thing. And you said that's a hard thing guiding, is to keep everybody in the boat doing the right thing all the time.
Exactly.
Right? All right, well, we got a good day going here. Let's get you some more fishing and lake reports. Let's head over to the Carolinas, check in with English Glover from there.
Hey folks, Captain E here with your Carolinas report. This week brought to you by Marshall's Marine. Located in Lake City and Georgetown, South Carolina, we're your bass boat leader since 1969. For all your nitro and bass tracker needs, visit www.marshallsmarine.com. And right now I want to talk to you a little bit about the freshwater fishing in North Carolina. And as the water temperatures have risen in the 80s, mid 80s, low 80s, 82, 83 on Lake Norman, a fish that's a go-to species right now out at marker 22 and 24 up the river are the white perch. Fishing with live minnows in that 30-foot depth or with a sabiki rig is resulting in some great catches of white perch right now. And as always, with the heat like it is right now, get out early in the mornings and again fish late in the afternoons for those largemouth bass, the catfish, crappie. Everything is susceptible to this heat during the day. Try and get out there and beat the heat. On the saltwater side of things are really starting to heat up with this mullet. Like on the beach here, I've got mullet swimming right behind me. The mullet are moving and so are the tarpon. The big breeder reds are moving along the beach. Next week, I'm gonna be up in North Carolina targeting some of these bull reds with a good friend of mine, Dave Stewart, on the Neuse River. Make sure you get out and target these fish, look for schools of menhaden and mullet, and get ready for some of the biggest redfish of the year. The offshore fishery also is starting to heat up as those wahoo are starting to move back down those live ledges, feeding on the bait that's out there now. And don't be fooled if you find some nice blackfin tuna and some dolphin mixed in and a continued sailfish and marlin bite that'll be here through early fall. This has been your Carolinas report this week. I'm Captain E. Remember, work smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. By Mercury Marine, celebrating 75 years of marine excellence. By Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability. And by Tracker Boats. It's more than just a boat, it's a tracker.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for the Ask the Pro question, your chance for advice from professional anglers. This week, Todd wants to know, what kind of knots do you tie for a Carolina rig? For the answer, we checked with Bassmaster Elite Angler Edwin Evers.
Hey, when I'm tying a Carolina rig on, you know, if I've got big line on my main line, I just go ahead and I tie a Palomar knot. But anytime I'm using, you know, under 20-pound test with fluorocarbon, I use some form of the cinch knot. So it really doesn't matter whether it's a Carolina rig or whatever it is. You want to use a cinch knot if you're using less than 20-pound test. That fluorocarbon is too hard, too dense of a line to tie the Palomar knot with. It doesn't matter on the front or the back, whatever you're using, but those are the knots that I use.
Thanks, Edwin. If you have a question to ask one of the pros, go to our website, follow the Ask the Pro link, and send us your information. Now let's find out which big fish photo wins someone a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
We've made it back to the beautiful Perdido Beach Resort located at Orange Beach, Alabama. In case you're looking for a great place to stay, this would be it. Everything is here in one location. Great room accommodations, fantastic pool area, very kid-friendly for the entire family. Great restaurants with fine dining and fantastic food selections of all kinds. Fun galore at the beautiful Perdido Beach Resort. Get a pen and paper quickly because I'm going to be giving you the information contact-wise if you'd like to book a stay here, and I'll also give you the information for our charter service that we used on today's show. Right now, though, it's time for the Costa Catch of the Week winner. Someone wins a free pair of Costa sunglasses each week on our show. This week's winner is Bo Blair of Lawrenceville, Georgia, showing off a 10-pound largemouth bass he caught at a flood control lake in Georgia. If you would like to enter the contest, just go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. On the right-hand side of the front page, click on the Costa Catch of the Week box. If you're the winner, you could win a brand new pair of Costas, and you can see all of the Costa frame and lens styles Costa Costa website. Simply go to the front page of our website right back at foxsportsoutdoors.com, click on the Costa logo, and once you're there, it'll take you to all of the frame and lens styles that Costa offers. The frame style I was wearing on this week's show is called Tag. Next up on the Academy Sports and Outdoors Right Stuff feature, it's the right gear to do some of this rigged fishing like we were doing in Mobile Bay. It's the first time I've ever done this. We were fishing 12 to 14 feet of water and using a slip bobber rig. Now it begins with a little line tie high up on your line. You can slide that to any depth, and we had it set about 12 feet deep. Below that is a big slip bobber. Below that is about a 1/4 ounce weight to hold that shrimp down. And then Captain Garmison uses a very small treble hook. First time I've ever seen a treble hook used for speckled trout fishing. Psychologists say that some of the greatest human misery is caused by unforgiveness. It all begins when someone commits an act of wrong of some kind against us, and then we drag that burden around, sometimes for years, and we imagine all kinds of things in our mind, revenge, justice being taken, that person apologizing. Who we're really harming the most in that entire process is ourselves. What's actually needed is a big dose of forgiveness. Why? Because forgiveness heals the forgiver. It is we who benefit the most when we forgive someone else. Remember that. You can take a huge burden and a big sack of concrete right off your shoulders just by releasing that, regardless of whether that person ever apologizes or not. Forgiveness heals the forgiver. Hey, I hope you enjoyed our trip this week to beautiful Orange Beach, Alabama and Mobile Bay with Captain Patrick Garmison. Right in the background is Perdido Beach Resort. Show you a couple of quick shots here and give you the contact information if you would like to book your very own stay to this beautiful resort. It's situated right on the beach. You can walk right out to the pools, right across the little bridge, and right out onto the white sand beaches and the crystal clear water. It's a fantastic place for the entire family. And if you'd like to book a trip out on Mobile Bay to catch some of these great speckled trout, fish these rigs, you can do that by contacting Captain Patrick Garmison, again, at the information you see on your screen. Hey, don't forget to join us for next week's show. We'll be on Thursday at 6 p.m. with the repeat airing Sunday at 8 a.m. And you can always catch the latest episode of our show 24/7 right on the front page at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Right below that is something new this season, all of our archived videos. You can go back and watch all of our past episodes from not only the 2014 season, the Southeast version and the Southwest version, and also our 2013 episodes, plus lots of how-to product videos, lots of instruction right there on the brand new section of our website on the front page at foxsportsoutdoors.com. See all the latest photos, video, and information from fishing around the region on our Twitter feed, the Twitter information you see there, and we still have our Facebook page live and active at the Facebook address you see on your screen. From Orange Beach, Alabama and the Perdido Beach Resort, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.